Hello, everybody. This is Joseph Caristana talking live from the studios of eGovmetrics based in Italy. We have a partnership with Ibuni, Nigeria, and with the online e-learning platform Ibuni. I'm welcome everybody here present following this live presentation of this new kind of platform, which is an e-learning platform. I will say hello to all the students following us from Nigeria and others following us from other countries. There is also a WhatsApp group that has been shared with all the students, and we will have a great interaction with this WhatsApp group. So let's start now this wonderful presentation. One second to prepare the configuration. So the e-learning platform was developed some months ago to give the best e-learning platform ever developed for the African country. There are many courses that we have developed on this e-learning platform. With one of the founders of IB Nigeria, Edmund, and with his team. One of his members of the team is Chidoben, and I say hello to Chidoben. He will join us within a couple of minutes later. And I will now simply talk about why we decided to create another e-learning platform. The reason is simple. We wanted to create a human interaction with our audience. This human interaction was not focused only on reading books and explaining the contents of books. We think that in our fast-growing society, the speed of change of this society is really fast, pushed and pulled by AI. So we think we don't really have time to read tens of hundreds of books. So we thought something different. Ibuni is something based on sharing experience, on co-thinking, having not only the same vision, but we can have multiple versions of a vision. We have to react. We have to be ready to handle change. One of these concepts represents the basics of Ibuni. We have prepared first 10 courses. These 10 courses are basic courses called level basic courses. There will also be intermediate courses and advanced courses. Now, let me check the WhatsApp group, how many messages are arriving. Yes, I will say hello to Chiduben. He's following us, and to all the other members of this group. So let me continue to explain the reason why we decided to develop this new kind of platform. There's a famous statement of one of the most important, politicians and leaders of Africa, called Nelson Mandela. He said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." And this has a lot of sense. Today, in our society, to handle change, you must understand what is happening and what is change. And from a technological point of view, we must absolutely not be only users, uh, static, passive users. Must be power users. Must understand what's happening around us, how the information society is being built, which kind of tools are shaping this information society, our society. So we must go deeper to understand the ecosystem of this information society. This is one of the reasons why we launched Ibuni, Ibuni e-learning platform, where all kind of segments of audiences have been invited to start a new process, to put a brick on the new wall of knowledge for the third millennium. Every member of this community, because I call this a community of knowledge workers, they must show their talent, they must show their brilliant mind, because inside all of us, there is something hidden that we must discover. Once we discover the hidden talent, we can join and we can build a better society. Once a while, I have to check also the WhatsApp group, and I'm seeing a lot of people saying hello. And you could also start asking questions, because the discussion session is open, and I'm really glad to answer all your kind of questions. This will be a first session of many others that will come. It will last around 45 minutes. So this is, let's say, a celebration, an opening, or we can say a red carpet to introduce Ibuni e-learning platform. This is Joseph Caristana talking from the studios of eGovMetrics based in Italy. We have two studios, one based in Rome and one based in South Italy in the province of Reggio Calabria in the summertime. So let's go back to the live streaming session. And let me see also some questions that are being prepared. Okay, so what kind of courses are we building? Let's start about the courses. And this is something really interesting. One of the courses is called AR, VR, MR. So artificial, augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality. This is something interesting because we must understand how the information society is cloning our society, our analog society. So to understand the technology behind augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality, we must also have a good knowledge of coding, a good knowledge of handling hardware, and a good knowledge of mixing everything together to have the best results. So from this point of view, we can say that this is a great course to follow and a great course to enroll. Let's talk about how a student can enroll. The first stage is to register, to make a registration on the enterprise.ibuni.org platform. After that, he can choose a course, clicking enroll. Once he clicked enroll, he can have access to the course. Now, let me introduce to you the other courses of enterpriseibuni.org. The other courses are focused on, it is good to say that all courses have basic level. The other course is cloud computing. It was something necessary to talk about because everything is going cloud. Going cloud means making a configuration in web servers, which have a new kind of admin panel and a new kind of operating system, which is much faster than simply hosting applications like websites. So when you talk about cloud computing, it is something more reliable, something more safe, because cloud computing must follow the framework of cybersecurity. So not only a website on a web server, but when we talk about cloud computing, we talk about a higher level of technology. The third course obviously is based on cybersecurity. This cybersecurity basic level course is something absolutely necessary because we hear every day all kind of hacker attacks happening, and we know that as fast as technology is developed, as fast as hackers and hacker groups with high performance computers are able to find that vulnerability and to proceed with an attack and to proceed with simultaneously attacks, many attacks at once. The fourth course that we suggest to follow is AI and machine learning. Artificial intelligence is part of an ecosystem, a large ecosystem. So we cannot talk only about AI, but we must talk about the ecosystem. So the ecosystem is the internet connectivity, the undersea internet cables, the data centers, which are divided in two main categories, like high performance computers, HPC, and the next coming quantum computing computers, which is not the future, but they are already existing in many, many countries. Now, let me check if there are some interesting questions. Yes, so eBooks Solar just asked that they are willing to have the timetable to download. There'll be something ready for next week. So thank you for your question, eBooks Solar. The timetable will be published next week. Let me just finish the list of the 10 courses. Another course which is really interesting is 3D animation. 3D animation is something which is extremely interesting today, owing to the powerful computers that we have at our disposal. So with powerful computers, we can really, really quickly develop with good 3D softwares 3D files. Why 3D animation is important? Because after development, they can be quickly printed with 3D printers. So we always must have in our mind the ecosystem. So when we talk about 3D animation, the next stage after the design and development of a file is the quick printing of that same file. So we will talk about not only 3D animation, but we will talk about the real experience that my team had in using a software to build a robot, building a robot and printing a robot. So I will share my personal experience regarding 3D animation and regarding printing of those files with a printer. So as I said before, Ibuni e-learning platform is a place where we share our experience. It is something different as a university online or as many other e-learning platforms based on static content. We are not based on static content. We love to share our experience and sometimes to talk about our mistakes, to avoid mistakes the next time and to give value to a mistake so we know how to handle an emergency in real time. So let me go ahead and check the other course, which belongs to 3D animation, which is 2D animation, which belongs to the same category, together with CGI animation. Now let me check if there's any questions on the WhatsApp group. And I found a question. So my basic level. Here's a question talking about the level of the courses written by Uroko. Thank you, Uroko, for this question. Well, I will now read it, try to understand it, and then give you a live response. So what you mean by basic level course? Will there be another level course after basic? Of course. So as I said before, the structure of our knowledge is based in three levels, we can say. Level basic, to give the first hints of knowledge of every category, of every sector. Then we have the higher level, which is at an intermediate level. So with more content, more interaction, and more sharing experience and more co-thinking. It is more like a lab, a lab where we share our knowledge, but we also act. We take action, building projects together. The highest level is called expert level. It's a level for specialists who don't only want to have knowledge, but want to take action. And we will activate our labs. Our labs are something that we will talk about later, but I can give you some good information now. When I talk about labs, I talk about robotics, I talk about coding, I talk about configuration of Arduino boards, Raspberry boards, Jetson Nano boards, all this connected to IoT sensors. So IoT sensors, all this connected to smart cities. What is the focus of Ibuni? Ibuni is not only focused to give you knowledge. No, it is something that would like to push you to build in your city, in your town, a high-tech hub where you will create a local community of makers and you will start doing implementation. You will start shaping your local community and be part of a huge project, which is called the Smart City Program. A Smart City Program is, well, all citizens which belong to the Smart Citizen category. When I say Smart Citizen, I mean really reactive citizens, really active and reactive. They want to be part of the millennium change. How to be part of millennium change is to take action. So learn, study, get the knowledge, but use the knowledge to shape the society and to shape the local community where they live. So I hope I gave a good response to Huroko, talking about the many levels of our courses. Um, he's asking also how what happens after the course. Is there a professional certificate which can be used at global level? I had a discussion with the management and with the founders, and they said yes. After every course, there will be let's say there will be the generation of a certificate. So all students can use the certificate to go to other countries or to use this certificate for their jobs or to improve their other studies. Okay, so Hiroko ends the question saying that he is hoping to receive also at level basic a certificate. It is good to know that all levels, all these courses, starting from level basic, intermediate, and advanced, all the students will receive a certificate. Okay, let's walk through and the presentation of the Ibuni e-learning platform. So for today, I think that's enough. If you have some questions, I'm open to any kind of questions. Here's another, always from Uruk. What about business intelligence? Yes, there's a course for business intelligence, which will be handled by a team of instructors based in Toronto, Canada. And I think next week they will start they will start to handle the course in business intelligence. His name is Tracy with his colleague Kerry. So here we go again. Another question. Oh, there are so many people following this presentation. This presentation will not be long presentation. We are quite ending because it is only 30 minutes allowed with live studio. So in another live streaming, we will have a second edition, and we will go through the whole platform. At the moment, I will like to thank all of you handling and following this live session, and we only have, let's say, 6 minutes to manage more questions about what we will gonna manage next time in the next session. Let me check. So Franny Beauty Empire said, "What about 2D animation?" Uh, yes, 2D animation is a nice course. I can open if you enroll in a 2D animation, you will see something really interesting. So for all those that are willing to follow 2D animation, I personally did a collection of resources, links, and images and content regarding 2D and animation, where we are talking about the history of 2D animation. So if there's another question, let me see. There's another question, really interesting, asking something about the course of cyber security. If there is some requirements for the level basic. So we designed a course of cybersecurity uh, giving open access to everybody. We didn't really want to close the doors and windows to the public. So we had something in our mind talking about cybersecurity where we wanted open access. So open content, open access for all the audiences. So there are zero requirements for cybersecurity. Cybersecurity has a new approach with the public. You will find something really different. We are talking about the history of cybersecurity, the history of hackers, and what's happening today with these huge data centers with HPC computers and quantum computing, how hackers launch prompts, and these prompts are then launched by supercomputers. So I think cybersecurity is something really interesting. You will also learn the three perimeters of the safe space of any kind of environment. So I personally shared my experience during government missions I did 15 years ago. So there is also a storytelling about cybersecurity, and there's also a storytelling about my personal experience with my colleagues when we went to countries like Montenegro, Albania, and others regarding cybersecurity. As I would like to introduce myself, I am a European Union TAIEX expert involved in information societies, and I have an experience going over, let's say, 20 years. So that's why I'm able to share my experience and to talk about best practices and case histories, and why not sharing experiences. Okay, so I would like to thank you all for this first session. Let me see if there's any other. So many questions. Obviously, I have to filter not some of them because there are really too many. Regarding there's another question from Valmam Stitches asking regarding business intelligence. Are we going to learn business analysis aspect? You're going to learn open data, big data, business intelligence, open source tools. So in few cases, you will have the obligation to buy licenses because we are more focused on open source tools, open source software. So the first our first checklist is based on open source software, open source tools. In some cases, if we don't have it, then you have to buy a license of some other kind of tools to handle the so-called data sets. Data sets are really important because data sets have a structure of open data and big data. But this is something we will go through in our courses and together with our instructors. We're now ending, a few minutes left. So let me check now if we can make happy some other student asking or setback. Okay. a lot of students are asking, when are the live courses starting? Uh, as you understand, this platform is a huge platform. This platform uses cutting edge technology. So for this reason, we had to go really slow on implementing all this new technology. Right now, all this new technology used on this platform is still in beta testing. We did not finish yet the beta development stage, but we will soon finish it and start the live courses. Right now, we are testing. I'm using YouTube Live. I think this is a good method to use. Every teacher, every instructor must use YouTube Live with this license. I'm using a license of YouTube Live Studio. Students have this access free, and I think this is also a good method to do live classes. We will use three technologies: YouTube Live session like this, and Vimeo Live, and a third technology coming soon. Coming soon. Oh, so many questions arriving. So Utonoa is asking cybersecurity. I said next week we will start. A lot of people are asking. Thank you very much. This will not be the last. This will not be the last meeting. This is only a first presentation of me. I am showing my face. I say welcome to all of you following Ibuni Academy e-learning platform. We finally launched the platform after many months of development, and believe me and my team are so happy to present this platform. Obviously, this is a development stage, work in progress. We can improve any kind of aspect. If you tell us what to improve, we can improve it for you. We are here listening to make this platform better, to share knowledge, to share our experience. So again, thank you very much. 30 minutes passed. We are at the end of this first live streaming, and I'm welcome you for next week for the second session of Ibuni live presentation. Thank you again. I must end this live studio edition, and I say thank you for being here, and we will continue next week. Thank you.